It's time. She's spilling the tea.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, so some footage of Kevin Gates, they're calling it an alleged sex tape, has leaked, and everybody was talking about it online. Did you guys see it?
No.
No.
Why are you guys acting so? I mean, it was all over. It was trending on Twitter. So I figured maybe
that don't mean that don't mean I got to click on it. I don't think the headline Kevin Gates sex tape wouldn't intrigue me. They'll say, "Oh, let me go check this out."
Right. So that's out there. We haven't heard any comment from either Kevin Gates or Drika as of this time. People are speculating who is the person in the video. Is it his wife? Is it not? So I guess at some point they'll address this, but that has been trending online. All right. Now let's talk about something else that's been trending. Michael Jordan, The Last Dance. Okay. So what we just saw in The Last Dance is the, quote, flu game. Now, the flu game is something that's been discussed for a long time. So now you get to hear straight from everybody involved about what happened. And Michael Jordan did not have the flu in Game 5 of the 97 finals between the Utah Jazz and Chicago Bulls in Salt Lake City. What he actually had was food poisoning. Listen to this.
For Game 5 in Utah. I'm at the Marriott, but it's like 10:30 at night. I'm hungry.
No room service. Michael gets hungry. So, all right, so we're calling all these different places. We find one pizza place open. 5 guys delivering one pizza. And they're all trying to look in and, everybody knew it was Michael. So I take the pizza, I pay them, and I put this pizza down, and I said, I got a bad feeling about this.
I eat the pizza. All by myself. Nobody else eat the pizza. I wake up about 2:30, throwing up left and right. So it really wasn't a flu game. It was food poisoning.
Yeah, we've heard that story before. And I like that story as well. I think the food poison 11s have a great ring to them, and I think the prospect of the Utah Jazz fans going so far as to try to poison Michael Jordan.
That's crazy.
Right? That's a better story than the actual flu game.
I always wondered they didn't go check on it. They didn't see. We didn't hear anything after that. They could have killed that man.
No, what happened is do some investigating.
Right.
Well, what happened is the 5 guys who bought MJ the pizza never got caught because they got out of the pizza business and started a burger franchise.
Shut up.
That's a fact.
You want to say that's a fact? Cite your sources.
The dark web.
The dark web.
All right. Well, Michael Jordan did end up with 38.7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals in that game, by the way. All right. In addition to that, Michael Jordan discusses his career ending with the Bulls and was he happy with how things ended? Here's what he said.
In 98, when winning 6 out of 8, and yet being just as dominant as you were in 91, that's where the craftsmanship came in. I think 98 was much better than any of the other years because of how I was able to use my mind as well as my body.
So is it then satisfying to leave at your peak?
No.
Or is it maddening to leave at your peak?
It's maddening, because I felt like we could have won 7. Man, just not to be able to try, that's something that, I just can't accept.
Very interesting. I always wondered how he felt about leaving all that money on the table. Not even just necessarily money with his contract. I mean, money just as far as like putting that stamp on his legacy. Going out the way he wanted to go out. One more season, 7 rings. 7 is God's number for the God basketball player. That would have been incredible.
Right. So you heard it from him, and that was the end. I know some people haven't seen it yet. I was actually watching last night, and I fell asleep during the second episode because I was exhausted. But
and I'm gonna tell you something else. If I was Phil Jackson, I'd have told that owner kiss my ass too. Like the fact that the owner said, you've earned the right to come back.
I was thinking the same thing.
I won 6 championships already. What the hell is you talking about, fool?
I'll be out too.
I earned the right to come back. It's my 6th ring. I'm gonna go somewhere else and win 5 more. How about that? Drop on the clues bombs for Phil Jackson, guys. Bulls ain't been nothing since.
And speaking of sports, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he's talking about his daughter, Simone Alexandra. She is joining the WWE family. He was on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, and here's what he had to say about his 18-year-old daughter.
What an honor that my daughter wants to follow in my footsteps, but more importantly, she actually wants to create and blaze her own path, which is just so important. And she wound up being the youngest signee in the history of the company at 6. By the way, so she's 18 now. At 16, she was working her ass off quietly under the radar in the ring, getting thrown around, and all the bumps and the bruises that go with pro wrestling. And she hung in there, and I'm very, very proud of her.
Well, that's dope. I'm sure for him, for The Rock to have his daughter just enter that field that he's been in and that's made him as famous as he is today, that has to feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but she has to be as charismatic as him inside that ring. It's one thing to put the work in, because that's what took The Rock over the top. It wasn't that he was, such a great physical specimen in the ring. It was his character.
It was both.
He was a beast with that microphone.
Absolutely.
Well, she'll be the first fourth generation superstar in WWE history if things go down the way it's supposed to, because her great-grandfather, her grandfather, and her father, so she'll be the fourth one. So that'll be really dope.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.